We're getting the very latest with regards to our breaking news this morning. The High Court in Pretoria has handed out judgment on the public protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane's cost matter in the 200 million rand Estina Dairy Farm scandal. Let's get the very latest now. Sipho Steerman is our reporter there covering the story. Sipho, a very good morning to you. What's the latest?
Well, a very good morning to you, Blaine, and our viewers at home. The very latest from the North Gauteng High Court is that it has dismissed the application for leave to appeal by public protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane, appealing, of course, against that court order. It was a very quick one. The judge just came in for a few minutes, and if you can just look behind me, she was just really read that judgment. It was not written one, and basically dismissing that application by public protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane. Blaine.
All right, so what's next for Advocate Mkhwebane? Is she going to take this to the next level?
Well, interestingly, there was not even one representative from the Public Protector's Office this morning, indicating that perhaps they were aware that this application, may not go in their favor. Of course, we know that the judge here, that is Ronald Tolman, has been very, vocal against the public protector in the manner that she's conducted her report, especially in this Estina Dairy Farm matter, saying that she had failed to do her job properly, and that she had failed in her constitutional duties, and that she had failed the poor in terms of how she conducted this report. Hence, then she had granted the public protector with personal cost order of about 7.5%. That is personal cost order of about 7.5% for two councils, that is the DA and the CASAC. So then the public protector then approached this North Gauteng High Court, arguing that it makes it difficult for her to be able to do her job if she has to then be concerned about the worry, or rather the threat of having to endure personal cost order in her personal capacity. But also this application here today was not just about the personal cost order, but also it was a two-part application. One, the report itself, which was set aside as invalid, so she was appealing that decision, setting aside the report as invalid, and also then subsequently, then she was also appealing the decision of the personal cost order, but both of those were dismissed. Now, remember, this matter was brought to court here by the DA and CASAC, and saying that it was a whitewash. About 200 million of public funds were spent on this dairy farm, but it never benefited the intended farmers. About 180 farmers were supposed to have benefited from this, but they never really did benefit from this. However, the report, which was released in 2018, only called for rather the Premier of that is Free State, who is now the ANC Secretary General, to discipline those that were involved in that. But then there was an outcry that the big shot politicians that were involved in this, they were not really held accountable at all, feeling that it was a whitewash. Hence then this matter was taken to this court by those parties concerned, and one of those parties concerned includes the DA and CASAC, who said that this was a whitewash and that it did not benefit the people. So they took it here, and then the judge agreed to them and saying that the public protector did not really apply her powers. She did not do a thorough job investigating this report, and had failed the people that were supposed to benefit from this. So then hence the report was initially set aside and declared invalid, and of course subsequent to that then was the ruling of the personal cost order against the public protector herself, which were then of course the court, we know that they then put those personal cost order against her, giving a 7.5% personal cost order for two councils. So then the public protector then came to appeal these rulings, but as it happens she has lost that, and we have no indication as of yet whether she will then petition in the Supreme Court of Appeal directly. But the judge just said here, she says there are no reasonable prospects of success by the public protector, and that she stands by her ruling that she had failed in her duties when it comes to this Estina Dairy Farm report.
We'll see if she explores the other legal avenues. What's been the reaction from the DA as well as CASAC?
Well, the DA and CASAC were also, it was just only their counsel that were here in court. But I mean, I think initially they felt very strongly about this case. They felt that when the report was released, it was a whitewash. So when the initial rulings that were given by this court earlier on in the year, they expressed satisfaction, saying that at least now that their concerns and their criticism that this report was a whitewash were vindicated by the courts. And we also understand that the public protector now is also going to reinvestigate this dairy farm matter as instructed by Parliament. So it's not the end of the matter as of yet. She said that there is a part 2, and the part 2 will be looking particularly at the politicians that are implicated in this matter. But of course, she had released this report late, I think sometime last year in 2018, and that report in 2018 did not hold anybody that is a senior politician accountable. It simply called for disciplinary hearings to be instituted by then Free State Premier, that is Mkhwebane, who himself is implicated here, but was never found to be of any wrong by the public protector, or was not even interviewed. Some of the sources allegedly were not interviewed. So there's a sense that she did not do a thorough and a broad investigation job when it comes to this report. Hence, it was set aside. So the two parties that were involved here, they said that it was a whitewash, and they felt vindicated when the court ruled in their favor.
Have you been keeping count, Sipho, with regards to these cost orders, these personal cost orders that have gone against the public protector? What's the tally?
Well, the public protector has received, we know that in the Absa Bank op, she also received a personal cost order. In this matter, she has as well. And as a result of that, she actually went on a cleaning up house of her office, saying that some of the people that she works with are sabotaging her, and that this has resulted in her, receiving these personal cost orders. So she's saying that she does not work all by herself. She works with a team of people, and this team of people who fail her do not then incur this personal cost order. It's only her name that's lambasted in media. It's her name that is then supposed to incur this cost. So there were a couple of senior investigators within her team that were suspended, and she cited one of the reasons is that there is sabotage. We have sabotage again. Coming here to the fourth. So Sisha just suggested that there was sabotage in some of her cases by some of her team members, leading to some senior investigators being suspended. So it is something that she is very concerned about, very much so, the public protector. But of course, the adverse court findings keep piling up against her, and she surely then will appeal this, as we expect that she will appeal this, perhaps petition the Supreme Court directly. We are going to speak with the spokesperson, Opa Sekhwale, a little bit later on. He's not here in court, but we are going to go to the Public Protector's office to get answers as to which way now after they've lost this appeal. Certainly there has been a number of adverse findings against the office, and this is just adding to the tally. And the findings here by the North Gauteng High Court is that the personal cost order and the decision to set aside and reverse the Estina Dairy Farm report stands, and that the public protector has lost her appeal.
So breaking news on the agenda's watch, the North Gauteng High Court Judge Ronald Tolmay dismissing the public protector advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane's application for leave to appeal the Estina Dairy Farm ruling, as well as the personal cost order. Super Steerman, live for us there. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting.